Celeste DeCamps, and welcome again to another edition of Changing Your Outlook from the Outside In. I have a wonderful guest, Rhonda Enea. Yes?
Enea.
Rhonda Enea. I knew I was going to mess it up. Now, I've known Rhonda for many years, and she has a wonderful series of meditations.
Yes, I do meditations. I'm going to be putting them into MP3 format shortly. So teaching meditation and Qi Gong I do privately.
Perfect, and which is why I wanted to interview Rhonda today, because I am a big believer in meditation in terms of alleviating stress, calming down that anxiety, and even helping with depression. One particular aspect that Rhonda practices that I am fascinated with is Qi Gong.
Mm-hmm.
I pronounced that right.
You got it.
Okay. I'll mess up her name, but not her practice. Please tell me how you started in Qi Gong and where it's brought you to today.
Oh, okay. So
it's a
interesting.
long talk. Okay.
It is a long talk. I have always been attracted to spiritual practices and martial arts. I was in a part of my life when the person that I was seeing was going through a really, really tough time with alcoholism. Okay. And I was introduced to Master Chen Yilin and his Spring Forest Qi Gong. And I got involved actually with the idea to look into the healing aspect of Qi Gong. So that's why I got involved, and it's funny, I went in hoping to help my friend heal, and I ended up healing myself, and it wasn't, a lot of people get into Qi Gong to heal their bodily issues, and I found more of emotional healing and freedom and getting in touch with who I am. So that's how I got started, and once I got started I was kind of hooked because it just feels so good. That's bottom line.
But it's more than just a type of meditation, because your whole body gets involved.
Yes.
Would you please just tell us more about that? Yes.
So Qi Gong is an ancient practice, been practiced in China between 5,000 and 6,000 years, I'm not exactly sure. And most people are familiar with Tai Chi. You'll see people practicing in the park. So Qi Gong is the precursor to Tai Chi.
Okay.
So the movements, it also depends, like martial arts and like Tai Chi, there are several schools with different philosophies and different movements. Master Lin teaches his own form called Spring Forest, and it's very simple movements. A lot of the Qigong formats are very complicated, and you had to practice, like a lifetime before you were indoctrinated into learning some of the moves. And he found that it was just the simplest moves of all that would bring the greatest results. So it's a form of getting in touch with the energy of the body and learning how to move that energy, because they believe that the reason for all illness is blockages in the energy centers in the body, of which, acupuncture addresses that. And it can be very complicated, and I like that Master Lin made it very, very simple. So it's just basically with breathing, with simple movements, you can instantly tap into the energy of your body. And by doing that, start to move that energy. When you move the energy, it's kind of like shaking loose those blockages. And as those blockages start to loosen up, the movement, the energy can flow. And as the energy flows, the body automatically heals. So it's a beautiful practice. It's simple. Anybody can do it. Children can do it. The elderly can do it. You can do it sitting, lying down, standing. Doesn't matter.
Okay, and I know that you did a short demonstration and you called it shaking of the bones. Okay. So
Bouncing.
Bouncing.
Yes.
Okay. And would you show that? Would you?
Sure.
Right.
So, are we ready?
Good. Do some bouncing. All right.
Okay, so we're going to bounce, and then as we bounce, I will explain. First is just stand with your feet shoulder width apart.
Okay.
Slightly bend your knees, and then bounce. And you just kind of let your hands flow, and you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And the reason that we're doing that type of breathing is pretty much the only time we do it in Qi Gong is as we breathe in through the nose, we're filling our lungs. Imagine that you're pulling in light through every pore in your body. And then as you exhale, whatever no longer serves you, any aches or pains, any emotions like anger or fear, imagine it turning into smoke and shooting out to the ends of the universe. And this is actually a detox. Because as we're pulling in that oxygen into our lungs through our nose and then through our mouth, as we're bouncing, it's very similar to people that do the trampoline work. We're getting our lymphatic system working here. So it's like walking or running. And a lot of people, our jobs, we're sedentary. We just don't move enough. So this helps
I'm going to do this in the
to
office.
loosen everything up. And this also helps to change your mindset. So if you're in a bad mood, something just happened, you just got home, someone cut you off and you're mad, just thought, I'm going to bounce and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just imagine beautiful golden light just pouring into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, anything that's on your mind no longer serves you, turning into smoke or butterflies. I had one student, she imagined everything turning into happy faces. And happy faces just like bubbling out to the ends of the universe.
It is funny because like doing this, I kind of feel like a kid
Right?
again. It's like
It helps loosen
so
up
how
your
could
back.
you not smile when you're
Right,
just
and then we're going to
bouncing?
lift up our arms up
Okay.
over our head. And
Okay.
what this accomplishes now, it opens up our lung channels.
Okay.
So as we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, we're still doing that visualization of breathing in light and exhaling anything that no longer serves us. This is great if you have allergies or if you have a head cold,
Oh.
anything like that, a headache. You probably don't want to bounce too much if you have a bad headache, but I've got other Qigong stuff for headaches. And then we can lower our hands back, and then we're just going to do a gentle side-to-side twist. And this opens up the back channel.
Oh.
Again, breathing in through the nose and out through the back. So what you're going to notice now is that sometimes what you were thinking about, you can't remember what it is. It's just...
Because you just can only feel
Right
silly
there.
right now. This is great.
Right, but you know what? You don't feel so silly when you have a bunch of people doing this, but my teacher loves to just tell everybody, all right, look around the room, don't you all look silly?
Yeah.
But you feel good.
Yes.
And then we're going to stop, and then we're just going to do a quick little reset of collecting that good energy that we have. With the back of our hands, we're going to tap our tailbone like this. Just tap for a short while. Doesn't have to be a lot. Tap a little bit. Then we're going to make a fist with our thumb inside, and that little indentation there in your hips. Just kind of hit it. Sometimes we try to count to 6. Sometimes I forget. Then you can cup in the same spot. And then we're just going to massage our kidneys. In most modern cultures, we don't think about the kidneys. The kidneys are very, very, very important in Chinese medicine, Chinese culture. And there you have it.
Well, that's excellent. I hope you bounced with us because it feels good.
It does feel good. You look silly, but who cares? You could do it while you're brushing your teeth, while you're waiting in line.
Oh yeah, definitely want to stand in line and bounce.
You make a lot of friends there, or you get space and they get out of your way easily.
Well, that might work. That actually worked. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more, but we just wanted at least a demonstration in there, and we'll be back. Okay. Well, that was great. Thank
Wasn't
you.
that fun?
It was
Good.
fun.
I feel refreshed.
You do. You really do, and that's really amazing. That who would think just some bouncing, breathing, twisting, because I felt that, besides feeling silly and funny, but that made me feel good. To be a little silly, just to feel that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel a little bit more energized, and that was just a short period of time.
Right, and that really wasn't any of the specific Qi Gong movements. That's almost kind of like a precursor, what we do to warm up before we start doing our energy work.
Okay, and is this something that you yourself are teaching?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to make sure everybody has a link to your website,
Sure.
and because
Great.
I know you're doing meditations on Tuesdays at 7 in the evening.
Right. Eastern Time, Facebook Live, and the name of the group is One Breath Global Meditation. So feel free to look for it. It's always a surprise. I never quite know where it's going to go. I check in, I meditate, I check in, and I get inspired, and whatever inspires me is what the subject will be.
Okay.
So it's fun. And the Qigong, I do private lessons. I can do it Skype, Zoom.
That's what I was going to ask
yes.
you. That if that was something that people could sign up for, that you would do.
Absolutely.
Over. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is, how much more convenient can you get than that? It's amazing. Technology is awesome, but the fact that you can reach a lot of people and have people just come together, and you're doing this in the privacy of your own home.
Right.
What else are you doing? Because I know that you have a lot of different things that you are presenting, and I know that you are doing it little by little, which is smart, because too much is a little overwhelming.
Yes, multi-passionate, I think, is the term a lot of people like to use. So let's see, all of it in a bucket is it's Qigong, and then parts of it are the meditation and the teaching, healing. That I do. I can do distance healings. People actually, it seems to be a little more effective that way, and that's a love of mine. It's not for everybody. And then starting a new YouTube channel for fun. I love to have fun, and it's called Wine and Spirit.
Okay,
so
that's great.
That is going to be a talk, and of course I'm going to have Miss Celeste as a guest, and where we talk about two of my passions, which is the spiritual practices and wine. And for so many years I struggled with, oh my goodness, they don't go together, and the more that I examined it, yeah, they really do. So that's one of it, and then I have a wellness business with an amazing product that's called ASEA. That it's revolutionary. It's helps everyone that takes it. So that's I think that's all the eggs in the basket right there.
Okay. Because a lot of this information I know is on her website, and she has a Facebook page also with more information with everything that she does. One of the reasons too that I wanted to talk to you, and just information for my group as well, is how much that connects, that mind and body connection of what we're doing in our everyday lives does affect us physically and emotionally. Is there one thing that you could think of if somebody is having maybe a rough morning and it's turning into a rough day, and now looking into possibly an even worse evening, and they maybe aren't so comfortable with bouncing? Is there something that you could say that could maybe nip that negative feeling in the bud to hopefully open up the rest of the day to be more positive?
Yes. I call it checking in to the breath.
Okay.
Just breathing in, and breathing in like we did before, breathing in light, and letting go of what's ever on your mind, and then doing some self-talk. Just say, things always work out for me. Things are always working out for me. Things really are always working out for me. I know, looking back on this, it won't hold the charge. To be hopeful, to have hope, to know that we live in a magnificent world, and it's hard sometimes to bring to mind when you're either feeling sad or angry, whatever is going on, where you feel hopeless. To say, for me to say, have hope, and you feel hopeless, you're like, yeah, right. So if you can just connect with your breath and with your heart and bring to mind something that makes you feel good. If it's a child or a puppy, ice cream, whatever it is that'll bring a smile to your face. If it's a funny movie, just start, or you can sit down. Another thing to do real quick is just to sit down and start to write things that you're thankful for. I do this. I also coach. So just getting a little book. This is a great tip. Get a book of lists of positive aspects, things that you're thankful for, a gratitude journal, whatever you want to call it, and just every day, just write that. Even as I'm thankful for the air I breathe, I'm thankful for this chair that I'm sitting on, I'm thankful for my bed, I'm thankful for a pillow, I'm thankful for the sun today, I'm thankful for the rain, whatever it is. Just start writing things that you're thankful about, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you can. You're not going to solve your problem by doing that,
right,
but you are going to change how you feel in that moment, and that's really what's important, how you feel.
And this doesn't take long. We're talking less than 5 minutes that you can do that to gain a better perspective and help maybe ease some of the tension.
Right. And then trying to troubleshoot when you're in the middle of a problem, it's really not the best thing to do. It's very important to prepare yourself for life, for every day. So part of that preparing can be that gratitude journal, writing those things that you wake up in the morning and just write things that you're thankful for and all the things that you want to do. And before you go to bed at night, thankful for everything that happened during the day and getting it. And it's very powerful getting what's on your mind down on paper. The brain actually feels relieved with that.
Yes, I believe that.
So that's a way of preparing yourself for the day, so that you're not just reacting to what's going on around you. You're more of a creative participant in your life, where say, this is going to be a good day. Things always work out for me. I know it's going to be a great day, even if you don't think it's going to be. Just tell yourself, And what are some other things that you can do? There's a teacher, I forget her name, and she has her clients write on every mirror in the house, "I am worthy." Which is another good thing. Yeah. So you just go and you just.
My husband wouldn't like that. No, he doesn't like me writing on the wall or the mirror. But no, little post-its. Like maybe I can peel off. Yeah, won't get too mad.
Yeah, write little love notes to yourself. And if you live with others, write little love letters to them. Just
I like that.
hide them. It's like little. You have to hunt Easter eggs just on Easter. Just have things. In drawers, whatever. I love you.
I like
You're
that.
great.
Yes, actually, I'm a big proponent of that. I like that.
Yeah. So if you start thinking about it and you start getting out there and listening to discussions like this, there's so many tools at our disposal to feel better.
I think we forget about it in the moment. I think that as we go through our day, and it's easy to get caught up because there's a lot of people pulling on us. There's, besides working in an office, dealing with coworkers and a manager, and then getting home, and it's a spouse, it could be kids, it could be neighbors, your friends, and it's hard sometimes to pull back and just take a few minutes for yourself. But how much of a change it does make when you decide to put in those few minutes. What positive attitude that it does bring you in a short amount of time.
Yeah. It's definitely like putting money in the bank with a high interest rate. You're putting a little bit of time in, but you're getting back a lot more than just what you put in. So, that constant expansion of self, of awareness, of barking dogs.
Yes, and sleeping kitty.
Yes. So, it's made a huge difference in my life. Huge difference. And I love to tell my students, the more that you do it, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the more you want to do it. So just get in the habit, start a routine. Anything that you do for 30 days straight It's going to be really, part of it becomes part of your DNA, part of the wiring in your brain. So if you can find something that's easy to do for 30 days, I'm not saying go to the gym and work out for 2 hours.
Right.
Let's spend 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night writing down things that I appreciate. And then from there, maybe you want to add 20 minutes of meditation, 15, 20 minutes of meditation a day.
Yeah.
Very, very helpful. You want to give yourself the gift of 30 minutes of watching, self-help information on YouTube, whatever it might be.
Yeah, there's a lot on YouTube, that's for sure.
But treat yourself to that. You are worthy. You are worth it. That's why we're here in this life.
Yes. And again, that comes back down to the importance of making yourself a priority. Because when you do take the time for yourself, believe it or not, you do have the energy for everybody and everything else that's going on in your life. And who doesn't want to bounce through life? I think that's just awesome myself.
We're laughing at my dog.
He's bouncing right now.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to thank Rhonda. Thank you so much for taking this time.
Fun.
Yeah, we're going to check in again.
Yes.
Because I know that you have a wealth of information and a lot of different things that you're doing. She was even discussing with me about possibly having a weekend. And she lives near vineyards. Oh my gosh, I'm coming back just to hang out. Do some wine, do some spiritualism, back to some wine.
That's right.
But we're going to keep on top of that, and when she does announce when she's going to plan that weekend, I will make sure that you know about it too, because I think it would be something fun. She promised no having to eat lettuce for 2 days. No, she said they actually have really good food here.
We have really good food. Seafood. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll have a great time.
It really is. So this is Celeste signing off from Greenport and Rhonda. And please stay tuned for another edition of Changing Your Outlook from the Outside In. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.